Eat these 3 vegetables and avoid these 3, so you don't suffer later. Ever notice how a creaky knee or a sudden chest flutter likes to tap us on the shoulder the older we get? One day we're bending to tie a shoelace, and the next we're leaning on the dresser for support. Think of the body as a priceless classic car. Give it premium fuel, and the engine purrs, but pour in low-grade sludge, and it rattles all the way home. Tonight, we're at the service station together, learning which vegetables act as that premium fuel and which ones sneak sludge into the tank. Pull up a chair, warm your favorite mug, and let's plan how to cruise through the 60s, 70s, and well into the golden years with a steadier heartbeat and joints that feel freshly oiled. Before we unlock the hood, a soft warning light flashes. In the next few minutes, you'll meet one vegetable hardly anyone talks about, yet it quietly sweeps plaque off artery walls while you sleep. Keep listening. That tiny change could be the reason tomorrow's walk feels lighter. Why food gets louder as we age. Every birthday candle carries a whisper of change. Arteries grow a little thicker, joints lose some of their shock-absorbing cushion, and repair crews inside each cell knock off work a bit earlier than they used to. But those shifts aren't destiny. Picture inflammation as an invisible kitchen fire. The wrong foods fan the flames, while the right foods flip on the sprinkler system. Heart disease and arthritis thrive on meals loaded with refined starches and salted fats. In contrast, they pack their bags and look for a different address when faced with a plate bright with fiber, minerals, and plant pigments. That is especially true once we pass 50. Metabolism strolls instead of sprints. Sleep can be choppy, and healing takes longer. Choosing the right vegetables now is like hiring extra security guards for the years ahead. Guards who work the night shift, scrubbing arteries and greasing hinges while we dream. Let's start recruiting them. Vegetable number 1, the leaf that polishes your arteries. While you sleep, spinach, kale, Swiss chard, and their leafy cousins aren't just salad confetti. They are biochemical multi-tools. A single handful of raw spinach provides more potassium than a small banana. Potassium, along with magnesium, relaxes blood vessel walls the way a masseuse needs tight shoulders. Wider, more elastic vessels lower the pressure inside the pipes, which means the heart doesn't have to hammer quite so hard each beat. But spinach has a second talent. It's rich in vitamin K, which project manager for strong bones and steady clotting. Weak bones raise fall risk. Irregular clotting can spell trouble both ways. Too slow and cuts bleed. Too quick and clots lodge where they don't belong. Vitamin K keeps the balance. Meanwhile, antioxidants, such as lutein and zeaxanthin, sweep the bloodstream in search of free radicals, those unstable molecules that scratch tissue the way gravel chips paint. Picture a clear coat on a car. Lutein forms that glossy barrier so rust, red inflammation, can't set in. A friend once joked that spinach is nature's dry cleaner. He was close. It's more like a transparent paintbrush, wiping inflammation from joint tissue. Imagine gliding a soft brush over a dusty shelf. Each stroke leaves polished wood. That's what these greens do along artery walls and cartilage surfaces. Practical ways to invite leafy greens to breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Whisk a fistful into scrambled eggs, blend an emerald burst into fruit smoothies, layer leaves under grilled chicken, or stir the chopped stems into soup, extracting every last mineral. Even a cup a day lowers systolic blood pressure by several points, a small number that, over the years, prevents a mountain of strain. Stay with me because in a moment we'll shift to a family of vegetables that deploy microscopic firefighters to cool painful joints, perfect for anyone who has ever whispered "ouch" while climbing stairs. Vegetable number 2, the joint firefighter hiding in your crisper drawer. Broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, and cauliflower belong to the cruciferous clan. a group that chemistry textbooks love because of one molecule, sulforaphane. Pronouncing it might twist the tongue, but sulforaphane itself slides into joint linings searching for trouble. Think of it as a firefighter's hose. It blocks enzymes that chew apart cartilage, slowing the wear that leads to bone-on-bone grinding. Several university labs have demonstrated that diets rich in cruciferous vegetables reduce inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein and interleukin-6. Translation: blood tests look calmer, and patients report fewer stiff mornings. In one study, participants eating a cup of steamed broccoli daily reported a 30% drop in knee discomfort after 12 weeks, a gentle nudge that food really can rival certain pills. Fiber is the second reason broccoli earns its badge of honor. Soluble fiber traps excess LDL cholesterol, the way lint rollers capture pet hair. The liver then escorts that cholesterol out through digestion instead of letting it stick to arterial walls. Want another perk? Vitamin C. It stitches collagen fibers together like a skilled tailor patching a favorite coat. Without collagen, blood vessels leak and cartilage cracks. Calcium, also abundant here, fortifies bones so they absorb life's bumps without fracture. Preparation tip: roast florets with olive oil and lemon until edges char. That little crunch signals caramelized sugars, dialed-up flavor, and nutrients still intact. Or shred raw cabbage into a lime-kissed slaw. Fermentation creates gut-friendly bacteria that pump out anti-inflammatory compounds of their own. Mini hook to keep the curiosity humming. In less than 2 minutes, we'll tackle a vegetable so colorful it brightens desserts. Yet it secretly evens out blood sugar swings that inflame arteries. Sound contradictory? Watch how. Vegetable number 3, the sunset-colored bodyguard. Carrots, sweet potatoes, pumpkin, and butternut squash wear the warm shades of daylight's finale. Those pigments are carotenoids, chiefly beta-carotene, that convert into vitamin A. Vitamin A keeps the protective lining of blood vessels supple and supports immune scouts that patrol for rogue cells. Beta-carotene itself neutralizes free radicals, like a courteous bouncer escorting rowdies from a theater before damage starts. Carotenoids also act as mood stabilizers for the immune system. When immune cells overreact, joints swell. When they underperform, infections linger. A steady stream of beta-carotene whispers, "Easy now," co-regulating response. 1 8-ounce glass of carrot juice can triple plasma antioxidant capacity for up to 4 hours, meaning the bloodstream stays in cleanup mode long after the cup is empty. Sweet potatoes deserve separate applause. Unlike white potatoes, they boast fiber that slows carbohydrate absorption. That steady release keeps insulin levels smooth. Stable insulin equals lower systemic inflammation because spikes trigger chemical cascades that stiffen arteries. Sweet potatoes also furnish magnesium and potassium, yes, our vascular masseuses, plus a respectable dose of vitamin C. Snack hack: keep carrot sticks standing in water in the fridge so they stay crisp. Roast wedges of sweet potato with cinnamon. The spice contains cinnamaldehyde, another subtle inflammation tamer. Or swirl pumpkin puree into morning oatmeal. Its creamy texture replaces butter without the saturated fat. Lighthearted reminder for anyone who thinks healthy food equals bland food: the brighter the vegetable, the brighter the flavor. Your taste buds might throw a little party, and your joints will RSVP with gratitude. Chapter break. Building a plate that defends and repairs. Let's pause and picture tomorrow's plate. Half of it is leafy greens. A quarter shines with broccoli or cauliflower. The final quarter glows orange with roasted sweet potato rounds. Between bites, you sip water, not sugary soda. How would that feel around mid-afternoon? Imagine less bloat, steadier energy, and ankles that don't scream after a short walk. Small swaps, big dividends. But every hero's journey has hurdles, so we need to meet the vegetables that, while tasty, can stir up silent mischief if eaten every day. Vegetable to limit number 1, the acidic troublemaker. Tomatoes, yes, the darling of Mediterranean dishes, earn praise for lycopene, yet they harbor a sour side. Their natural acids can irritate the esophageal lining, provoking reflux. Chronic reflux doesn't just burn, it activates stress hormones that raise blood pressure overnight. Imagine sleeping while a tiny alarm bell rings in your chest. No wonder restless nights follow late evening pizza. Tomatoes also belong to the nightshade family. Nightshades store solanine, a compound that plants create to ward off insects. In some human bodies, solanine sparks inflammatory responses, especially in people predisposed to gout or osteoarthritis. One client of mine loved a hearty tomato soup for lunch. She couldn't understand why her knuckles ached during her afternoon quilting sessions. A 3-week tomato holiday quieted the pain. Experiment for yourself. Bodies differ widely. Action ideas. Swap marinara for basil spinach pesto. Use roasted red bell pepper puree for color without the acidity. If you adore tomatoes, slow roast them. Heat reduces acid content and concentrates sweetness, lessening digestive backlash. Sneaky mid-segment teaser, a vegetable many of us grew up calling healthy comfort, may in fact be a stealthy sugar bomb for the bloodstream and joints. Let's uncover it. Vegetable to limit number 2. The starchy sticker. White potatoes, particularly when mashed with butter or crisped in oil, flood the bloodstream with rapidly digested starch. Picture a roller coaster climb. Glucose levels soar, insulin races after them, and what goes up must crash down, leaving fatigue, cravings, and a pro-inflammatory ripple. Excess insulin signals the liver to churn out more cholesterol and encourages fat storage around the belly. Visceral fat then secretes hormones that stiffen arteries and confuse immune cells. It's an echo chamber of inflammation. White potatoes also carry solanine, concentrated in green skins or sprouted eyes. Toss any potato that shows green. That color screams elevated solanine. Boiling reduces surface starch, but not enough to change the sugar surge radically. Better approach? Mixed half-mashed cauliflower with half potato for Sunday dinner. The cauliflower lightens the glycemic load and sneaks in cruciferous benefits. For fries, cut sweet potato sticks, drizzle with avocado oil, and bake until edges caramelize. Crunch meets nutrition. If potatoes remain your love language, aim for palm-sized portions. Eat them cooled. Cold potato starch converts into resistant starch that digests more slowly, and pair with vinegar-based salad dressing. Acetic acid tempers glucose spikes. Side note, wink, indulge wisely today so your future self can still crouch to tie shoelaces without a groan. Vegetable to limit number 3, the spicy sneak bell peppers and chili peppers liven any dish. Yet they too wear the nightshade badge. Solanine hides in their skins, while capsaicin, the compound that sets tongues ablaze, can inflame the gut lining if overdone. That irritation sometimes translates to systemic aches hours later. Does that mean ban the fajitas? Not at all. Cook peppers thoroughly. Heat breaks down a portion of solanine. Remove seeds and white membranes where capsaicin concentrates. Choose milder varieties or rotate peppers out several days a week. Seasoning swap, ginger, garlic, turmeric, and rosemary add zing without the later zing of joint soreness. Turmeric's curcumin rivals over-the-counter anti-inflammatory drugs in some trials. Imagine a flavor that heals instead of harms. Playful check-in. Still with me? Perfect, because here's where we wrap it all up in a single breath. Every forkful you take is a tiny decision that echoes through your heartbeats and footsteps. Choose the greens that polish, the crucifers that cool, and the sunset colors that guard. Ease back on the acidic, the starchy, and the fiery. Do that, and tomorrow's body will thank today's mind. Here's to stronger arteries, looser joints, and a future that moves as smoothly as you dream.